going like this in the back seat. Like do I still got it? You've seen the title of the video. Your girl is back with another story time. If you're new to my channel, hey girl, hey. If you're a returning subscriber, I don't even have to say anything because you know what's up, I know what's up, we know what's up, and that's on what? That's on what? That's on period and Mary Had a Little Lamb. As y'all can see by the title in the thumbnail, we're back again with another story time. Girl, go ahead and like the video, hype the video, because YouTube is doing this new thing where if you hype, I think if you hype the video, it like pushes the engagement. I don't know, y'all. If y'all have hypes, click the hypes, get you a little drinky drink. I am drinking the peach flavor XXL. If you know, you know, y'all. This is so... it's exquisite of y'all. It's so good. So let's get into it. And it's kind of crazy because let me go ahead and set the scene. Y'all know in order for any of my story times to make sense, I have to give y'all a little backstory. So this happened back in, I don't even know what year it was when I was 17. Mama is getting old, y'all. But boom, when I was 17 years old, me and my best friend, we were professionals on going on two men, 3 mans, any mans. We were always there. And this was during a time where they didn't even call them two mans. Like we would do group dates. Like at this time, I was scared to meet a man that wasn't my man alone. So I would always go on 2 mans and 3 mans with my friends. And I was 17 at the time. And I would say I was kind of indoctrinated into this 2 man, y'all, because I didn't even know the guy. It started off as me taking one for the team. And eventually I just started liking this guy. So at this time, my best friend was raised by her grandparents. And if you know anybody that was raised by their grandparents, you know you could sneak out, sneak back in, sneak out again, have a slumber party, and come back home and your grandparents will still think that you were in your room studying the whole time. That's what type of grandparents my best friend had. Like her grandparents, they were old, but they weren't old, but I'm just gonna say they were mild. Like they grew up in like the 70s, the 60s. They didn't know the game. We can go out and be like, we going to go study. Grandma, the library not even open on the weekend, and grandma wouldn't even think anything of it. So anytime I wanted to have a little bit of peace and freedom and flexibility, I would always spend a night to my best friend's house, and my parents, they would just eat it up. They would think like, oh, Asia just missed her best friend. She just missed living in the suburbs. Because at the time my parents had relocated to like an urban area, and I grew up in the suburbs, y'all. So as soon as I relocated, I would always be going back to like my old neighborhood, hanging out with my old friends. I didn't really want to grow in this new area. If you from Ocala, I live in town, and I'm from the Shores area. If you know, you know, it was completely different. It was like night and day. The city guys, the urban guys, they don't pay for anything. They don't like opening doors. They don't know what a date is. All they know about is links. The guys in the suburbs, their parents got money. They ordering pizza, games, free tree. Like it was just a completely different vibe, y'all. And they were much more sheltered. The first 3 men I've ever did, it was basically like a pit party. Where I'm from, we would have parties in a pit. Like it would be in a field, y'all. It would be a field, and people would have 4-wheelers, and we would go in pits, and we would, you know, do things that teenagers shouldn't be doing. And let me do a little disclaimer, because I hate when people comment on my videos and they be like, oh my gosh, you were so immature, blah, blah. I was 17. If you want to watch something or do something mature, go file your taxes. I just had to get that the way. And I'm not talking about my girls, but every once in a while I do see comments about people saying, oh, that's immature. That's just, I was 7. For the people in the back, I was what? I was 17. I was 17. I was a child. So if it sounds immature, it's probably because it was immature. Watch CNN or go file your taxes. Okay. Back to where I was at. We had a pit party, and in these pit parties, this is where I was kind of discovering myself, and this is where I found out like, okay, I don't really, like smoking is not for me, y'all. Anytime I would try to hit tree, my throat would be burning, I would be coughing, I couldn't catch my breath, and that's kind of when I figured out like, okay, tree wasn't for me, but I would still be trying tree because I was, 17 and young and just kind of discovering what I like, and everybody around me would be doing tree, the white stuff, and I forgot the name of that other D. It was like something that you put, they would like chew. It was tobacco, y'all, but I don't recall what it's called. They would chew it and they would like sit it in their gums, and it was very addicting. This is the little drug. I can't even say, I'm going to say D for, okay, y'all, because we on the tube. But this is around that time where I was exploring different things, trying different things, figuring out what I like. And my 2 homegirls, we're going to call my best friend S, and we're going to call my other friend, we're going to call her J. So J and S, they like two guys that will always hang out in the pit. And it kind of became a routine where we will always go out there every Sunday and chill with the guys. And one day the guys end up inviting my best friend and Jay to their house, and they invited me. And that's when I met the third guy. The first day that I met him, it was very PG-13, very much like I would sit 2 inches from you, one tap hugs. Like, it was just very uncomfortable because he wasn't my typical type. Let's go ahead and give him a name. Let's call him Larry, y'all. Larry, yeah, let's do Larry from SpongeBob, y'all. Although, y'all, I meant Gary from SpongeBob because he was slow, not Larry, but I think Larry is the character too. Larry was tall and slim, and I knew at a very young age that tall and slim is not my type, y'all. My type is thick and chocolate, but Larry wasn't ugly, so I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. I honestly didn't even think I was ever gonna fall for Larry because, like I said, Larry was just not what I envisioned my man looking like or whatever. And keep in mind, I didn't really know much about Larry. The other two guys, I grew up in the same neighborhood as them, so I didn't know anything about Larry. Fast forward a few weeks of us doing these 2-man, 3-mans, 4-mans, like we would just be meeting up and we would be chilling in the tent. And then eventually we moved to their house. They started inviting us over to their house, and it was always a good time for me. My mom would be like, make sure you eat before you go to people's house. I don't like you going to people's house and not eating. I'm like, mommy, it's okay, because they already got the pizza there. They already got the food there. Like, anytime we would come over, they would order wings, pizza, food. And keep in mind, we 16, 17, 18 at the time. That's equivalent to a man paying a bill. You know how we feel when a man pay a bill as an adult? That's how we felt. That's how I felt at 17, getting food and not having to ask. So anytime I would go over there, it would literally just be a good time, y'all. The food would be there, the games would be there, the vibes would be there, and his mother would never be home. And if you are OG here, y'all recall that story time where y'all figured out when all of this ended. I'm gonna post the story time down below for anybody that's new, but y'all know how the 3-man, 4-mans linking at this man's house ended. His mother ended up catching us, and she threatened to tell our mothers, and that was the end. But back to where I was at. This was at the very beginning where we were going over there every single weekend. His mother was a nurse, so she would be working 12-hour, 16-hour shifts. She would never be home. And then she had kids by multiple men, so they had different dads. So his little brothers and sisters, they would always be gone. Like, the only reason why I knew he had siblings because they would have like Spider-Man comforters and Dora the Explorer, like little games and toys around the room. That's the only reason how I knew he had kids. And honestly, he could have told me he didn't even have parents or a mother, and I would have believed him. He could have told me he lived on his own, and I would have believed him, y'all. Keep in mind, this was not Larry's house. This was my best friend's man house. We're gonna call him TJ. So the person whose house we're going to is TJ. Larry is just the plus one, the friend, and then the other friend for my friend S, we're gonna call that guy Tay. We'll call him Tay. So we got TJ, Tay, and Larry. Larry is the guy for me. And I met Larry just from going to the pits. And when I would hang out with my girls, I was basically there just taking one for the team. And at first, it started off all cute, y'all. Me and Larry, we would just, keep it very cute. We would do small talk, play games together. If he asked me if I wanted to light up, I would light up with him. I would be killing my damn self because lighting up wasn't for me, y'all. I would never do anything. I would be trying to, it never worked for me, y'all. But nonetheless, this one particular day, which is crazy because I will always tell myself something about Larry. Like, Larry just gave me, I don't know, he just gave me bad energy and bad vibes. He gave me like bad boy. Like, anytime I was around him, I always just felt like he had a lot of girls on his body just because he played like the cool and mysterious type. When I like a man is going to know. His mother gonna know, his sister gonna know. Anybody that know him, they're gonna know about me. But with Larry, I had to keep it player. I had to keep it cool because he was one of those guys where if I let it be known that I had a crush on him, his head was gonna blow up too big, and we couldn't have that. So anytime we would be in the pit, I wouldn't really be around him. I would play it real cool. Like, I don't like him. If other guys were trying to talk to me, I would allow it. When it came to being at the house with him, we would talk here and there. And we would even have sleepovers, y'all. I would go to my best friend's house, and then we would sneak out of my best friend's house, say good night to her grandparents, sneak out, and then we would go do these 2-man, 3-mans at And for anybody that's new here and they don't know what a 2-man, 3-man is, it's basically just like a triple date, a double date, like you just linking up with a guy or whatever. Don't think that we were sleeping together, because at this time I was a virgin. Okay, let me get that very much let me get that out the way, because I hate when people think when you say you date somebody that, no, dating and sleeping with people are totally two different things, and it's always been very much tight over here, so don't get that confused, y'all. So at this particular two man, they literally had ordered food. His mother had cooked. They ordered food. His mother had leftovers in there that we ate. And then they were up to like 2, 3 a.m. in the morning, and they had the munchies, and they was just like, man, let's go to IHOP. And I wasn't really hungry, because like I said, y'all, I didn't know how to hit the blunt. Like I'm just burning tree for no damn reason, y'all, because I would never get high. Like I've never been high before off of tree, like never, because I do not know how to smoke. So we all get in the car. TJ had an expedition. We hop in the car and we head to IHOP. At this time, IHOP was like 20 to 30 minutes. It was in the city. We in the car playing music. They high. We laughing. They also, don't judge us, y'all, but we also used to drink Four Locos, and them ginger beers. That used to be my thing at the time. So we lit. We're in the car. We're bumping and listening to music, and we just having a good time, y'all. And it's like 2, 3 a.m. in the morning. Keep in mind, TJ was a little bit older. If I'm not mistaken, I think TJ was 19 and Larry was 17. And then Tay, I think Tay was either 18 or 17 too. So me and my friends, my best friend, they are locked in. Like they locked in with their man. They sitting on their laps. Like that's their man for real. And me and Larry that night, I feel like we had just started to, we started to connect or whatever. So we on the way to the place or whatever. I remember Larry being so tired that he was like sleeping on my shoulder while we were in the car. We pull up to IHOP. They hop out. I end up leaving my lip gloss. Why I keep hearing stuff? I ended up leaving my lip gloss in the car. So I went back to the car, y'all. Like they were walking in front of me. I went back to the car, grabbed my lip gloss, because I was the one that was sitting in the back. He had an expedition. Lip gloss had fell between the seat, y'all. I grabbed my lip gloss, walking towards IHOP in a Kia Soul. I would never forget the car, because it was like a group of grizzlies packed in the car. They were so big, so loud, and the music was busting. So when I see them, I'm thinking like, damn, they must just left a lit ass happy hour. Like they just came from a happy hour, y'all. They like swerved in, pulled into the IHOP. Mind you, the parking lot is tiny. This is not one of those big IHOPs. This is a tiny IHOP. And when they pulled in, the girls jumped out and they started twerking. They started dancing and twerking. And I walked past them, and keep in mind, Larry, he waited for me. Larry's with me. I'm holding hands with Larry. Well, we not holding hands. He was real tall, y'all. He would do the little shoulder thing. Like he had his arms like over me, and we walking. Mind you, it's 2 a.m. in the morning, y'all. I'm kind of out of it. I'm tired. But when we walk by, one of the girls, I hear say, oh, hell no. I hear her say, hell no. And I kind of look around, I look back, and they're looking in my direction, but I'm 17. I don't even pay bills yet. So I don't take anything serious, y'all. So I'm not even thinking they're talking about me. I just look like this, and then I look back around, and Larry, he was like buzzed, like out of there or whatever. So I end up walking inside or whatever, sat at the table. And when I get there, I sit down, and Larry is just like, TJ, let me holler at you. Come here, TJ. TJ like, what's up? He gets up and they walk outside, and y'all know how Waffle House is. It's nothing but glass. So I see them walk outside, and immediately my antennas go up, because I'm inside with the food. What you doing outside? So I'm just looking like, what the hell? But I'm still trying to keep it real cute. Keep it cute and mysterious. I'm still trying to play it off or whatever. So I'm at the table, and S is with her man Tay, and they're all booed up or whatever, ordering their food. I'm talking to my best friend, asking her what she gonna order, and we basically doing a little debrief, y'all, because when we around them, we can't really talk how we want to talk. We can't, give each other tea and updates and talk. So I was talking to them, asking them like what went down at the house or whatever. And me and her kind of just going back and forth, whispering in each other's ear. So we getting all of our tea out the way. About 15, 20 minutes passed by. The server done came to the table to order drinks, and she's asking if we're ready to order. I had already ordered my food. S wanted to wait for TJ to order her food. So she calls him and was just like, babe, like, what are you doing? Come inside. Like, where you at? Because she didn't even see that he went back outside. So he's like, yeah, you could just give me the superstar. I'll take the superstar. And she's like, what's that noise? What is all that noise? What's all that noise? He hangs up and I point out the window. I'm like, girl, you don't see them outside? Like, what's like, you don't see them? Like, you don't have eyes? Cause she asking him, what's that noise? As if you don't see, it's a car full of women twerking all across the car and it's a whole bunch of commotion going on outside. So she's just like, I'm about to go outside. I'm like, no, do not go outside. Because at that time, y'all, it was one of those situations where it's just like, this your man, but this not your man. And I know you can't fight. I was just trying to protect my best friend. She's one of those people that if you get in a fight with her and you hit her, she gonna ask, did you just hit me? Like, she's gonna be like, did you just hit? Yes, they just hit you. You in a fight, girl. But she's never gotten in a fight in her entire life. So I knew I was gonna have to be the one to take them hands. So I'm like, no, let's just leave it or whatever. So they come back inside, and when they go back inside, they go to whispering. So I'm just like, what's tea? Like, what are y'all whispering about? And my best friend is just like, yeah, what are y'all whispering about? So that, you know, they're boys, they're being immature about it or whatever. They keep whispering. They're like, nah, y'all can get whatever y'all want, order whatever y'all want. And I'm like, okay. And Larry is just like, it's on me. I'm like, it's on you? He's like, yeah, it's on me. So again, y'all, young in delusion. I'm just like, okay, that's my man. Like, my man is paying for dinner for everybody. So I'm not saying this out loud, but in my head, I'm just like, my man is paying for din for everybody. He got money. And mind you, at the time, y'all know the meals at Waffle House. Now, I keep saying we went to IHOP, y'all. We were at Waffle House. Y'all know the meals are no more than like $10 each. So max, he was going to be spending like $50. But, you know, $50 back then was a lot of money. You could do a lot with $50. So I'm at the table and he's sitting beside me, and I remember him like just fondling my kneecap. Like he was just touching my kneecap or whatever. And we're all eating, vibing. Mind you, I'm not smoked. They're smoked out. Like they high as hell, y'all. I'm the only one that's somewhat in my right mind because like I said, I didn't get a high. So we at the table, we just chopping it up, and TJ hits me with the, so you gonna give my man Larry a chance? I'm like, yeah, I'm here. And he was insinuating like doing something with him. Cause like I said, y'all, we were very much PG-13. We didn't kiss yet. We didn't really do anything at this time. We were just vibing. I was just starting to really like Larry. Cause like I said, it took me a while to warm up to people at that time. So we all at the restaurant, the check comes, Larry pays for the check. We're getting ready to walk outside. And why the Kia Soul literally pulls past the car, like she pulls up, get your baby. And I'm looking like, who has a baby here? Like who had a baby? And the women looked like they were like 35, 45 years old. I end up finding out that the woman that let me not even say too much, but I end up finding out that they were 21 to 25. But at the time, y'all, I thought that these were grown women. I thought they were like 35, 40 because they looked like they had lived a hard life. Like I did not think that they were anywhere near my age. So when she said, get your baby, all Larry just started saying, man, here they go with the drama. And he was like, bruh. And they like put us in the car or whatever. And I'm still confused. I'm puzzled. I'm confused. When I get in the car, my best friend whispered, and she's like, Asia, he has a baby. He has a baby. I said, I don't care. Why are you telling me that for? I'm just here for a good time and food, and I'm full. And I had a good time. Like, why are you telling me that he had a baby? So now I'm back, on my guard, trying to act nonchalant about it. Like, I don't care. Really, I'm in the back seat with the attitude because I'm just like, you got a baby? I'm going back and forth with myself. I'm like, he ain't my man, but he is my man, but he not really my man. Well, I don't care. Like, I just met him a few weeks ago. It's not that big deal. Whatever. Like, I'm basically going back and forth with myself about it, trying not to be mad, but I'm pissed, y'all, because I'm just like, how you gonna come to my face and not tell me if you had a baby? And keep in mind, I was young at this time. So this is around the time when I first started thinking about like my non-negotiables. At 17, that's when I learned, okay, don't date no man with no baby. And then at 21, I end up dating a man with a baby, but he was a deadbeat. So I'm like, okay, you could date a man with a baby, but if he's a deadbeat, it's like he don't have no baby. And then at 23, I just made the rule for myself, never date a man with a baby. Just don't date men with babies, especially if you don't have no babies. So I'm going back and forth in my head about like, do I care? Do I not care? I don't know, y'all. Why the hell when we pull out, they behind us yelling out the window? they yelling, come get your baby. You ain't see your baby. Come get your baby. He turns the music up loud. And S and J, they think it's a game. They giggling like, they're crazy. And I'm the only one that's 38 hot because I know I'm going to have to fight. S, you have never been in a fight before. Jay, you probably got hands, but then again, I don't know if you got hands. I've never been in a situation before where we had to fight together. So I'm the only one that's aggravated because y'all keep laughing, but I know I'm the only one that got the hands to back it up. So I'm not happy. I'm not happy about it because I don't have no backup. My best friend, it's just like, y'all should call the police because they were following us. So she was like, y'all should call the police. Y'all not gonna call the police. They're crazy. They're so crazy. And KJ just keep turning up the music or whatever, and they're giggling. So we driving or whatever. Every time we get to a light, they like basically trying to hop in front of him. They're trying to beat him and hop in front of him. He's gassing the whole way. Keep in mind, the girls were a little tipsy because we did have a Four Loko that night, and then they were smoking. So they wasn't really, I was the only one that was living in the real world, y'all. I'm in the back seat trying to practice how to fight again. Because, you know, I haven't been, at that time, I was a junior. The last time I had been in a fight was I guess a year ago, my sophomore year. So you know how you a little rusty. You haven't been in a fight in a minute. So you start practicing. Like, I'm like fake practicing. I'm going like this in the back seat. Like, do I still got it? Because it's been a minute. So I'm asking myself, like, I don't even know if I got this. And then there's so many of them. And thinking back, they weren't really big. She wasn't really big, but she was probably like 20, 30 pounds bigger than me. I don't know why. You know how like back when we were kids, we thought we were so big, but it's just like, nah, bitch, you're a bus. But y'all, I thought she was big. Like back then, I thought she was a grizzly, but really, she like a panda. Like they weren't really that big. Larry, the entire time, he's talking about something, man, this why I stay in the house. I stay in the house. This why I don't even go outside. So I don't even know what to say, y'all. I can't confront him because he didn't lie. He didn't omit. Like, we never even got that far to even talk about kids or anything. At this point, I don't even think we had kissed, or if we did, we probably had just kissed that day. So I'm just feeling uncomfortable as hell because at the same time, I don't have no rights to be questioning him about his life outside of our 2-man, 3-mans. But then again, it's just like, now you got us in a compromising situation because she was already coming at me hostile on our way inside of Waffle House. So as soon as we get to the house, we thinking like, okay, we lost them because they was behind us for a little bit, y'all. And then he went through a few lights, and I did not see that Kia Soul. I did not see that Kia Soul at all. As soon as we get to the house, Jay, y'all would have thought we was playing a game of tag in the garage. The house was based because literally as soon as we pulled into the house, TJ didn't even park all the way. Literally, we pulled in. My best friend and Jay, they run out the car, they go through the garage, and they go in the house. And me, I'm looking around like, is this safe to get out of this damn car? Because it was so many of them, y'all. So as soon as I'm thinking we clear, a group of grizzlies pop out, y'all. The Kia Soul pop out. The baby mama pops out the car. And she was just like, I told you to stop playing with me. Come get your son. You haven't seen your son in weeks, and you out here chilling with these hoes. You out here chilling, and these some young hoes. You a pedophile. You's a pedophile. Do they know how old you are? I go to the garage, and I'm kind of nosy, y'all. So I'm sitting at the garage, and I'm just looking because she ain't addressed me yet. She going back and forth with him. He's like, man, you need to go ahead and leave. It's 4 a.m. in the morning. You calling all this ruckus. You need to leave. Leave. He keeps telling her to leave, y'all. And I'm in the garage, low key. I'm scared, but at the same time, I'm eating it up because I'm just like, this is reality TV right now. Like, this is crazy. So I'm sitting in the garage, and I'm just there. And I do this every single time. I'm always trying to be sensible and talk to people because I did this before with my ex as well. So after she gets done yelling to the top of her lungs, I try to walk over to her. I didn't even get a chance, y'all, because she started yelling. And I'm like, okay, at that point, let me just stay out of this. I was getting ready to be like, we don't have anything going on. Like, I literally was like, we don't got nothing. I don't care. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to my baby daddy. I'm talking to Larry. Like, she ain't talking to me. Go home and get your dependency. Go get your child. And I run in the house, y'all. I shut the door. Because you're not talking to me. You're not talking to me. I'm too young for this. You're not talking to me. Let me go in the house because I came out to get food. I'm not trying to be on parole. I'm not trying to be in any of this. I'm not trying to be involved or do a statement when they call the police, because I knew somebody was going to call the police, y'all. The neighborhood they lived in, it was that type of neighborhood where any noise complaints, they're calling. So I go in the house. S and J, they're literally snuggled underneath the cover. TJ, he's like basically pacing back through the garage, through the living room. And then Jay is under the cover with Tay. And it's just like, y'all don't hear all this commotion or anything that's going on. And she's like, yeah, that's crazy. But I'm tired as hell. Like I'm so tired. And I'm like, all right, let me just stay in here. So I'm in the living room, y'all, because I didn't want to go in the room because I low-key still was trying to listen to what was going on and what was being said. So I'm listening. She's still yelling to the top of her lungs. All of a sudden, I hear her friends be like, tell them to come outside. Tell them to come outside. They were doing all that laughing. Tell them to come outside. So I hear this, and TJ walks out through the garage, and he's just like, man, go home. Go home. My mom about to be off work. Go home. Please just go home. Please go home. They're like, I ain't going home until TJ come home. He needs to get his baby. And they're just yelling, y'all. I can't even, I know her esophagus. I know her throat was just coarse, because even me just mimicking her, y'all, my throat's starting to hurt. So she's yelling to the top of her lungs. She says that she is not going home until Larry go home and come get his child. So at this point, TJ was just like, I'm about to take y'all home because we gonna have to call the police, and I don't want y'all to be here when the police get here. So TJ hops in his expedition. I go get my best friend and S, and we hop in the car. And while we hop in the car, y'all, the girl tries to swing on me, but Larry, like I told y'all, he's tall. He was like 6'4" at the time, really big and tall, y'all. So he pushes her, and she kind of rolls off the ground. And then the homegirls hop out the car. By that time, my best friend and S is already in the car, and I'm getting ready to get in the car. And he was like, oh, y'all got us effed up. She runs back to her car. The baby mama runs back to her car, pulls out a taser. TJ jumps in the car, and he pulls off, and Larry and the baby mama is fighting. Like literally while the car is pulling away, I'm looking through the rearview mirror, and they're fighting, and they tasing him, and they're wearing that man the hell out. So my best friend is just like, oh my gosh, is he gonna be okay? Is he gonna be? And I'm just like, this is the last time. Like, this is insane, and this is crazy. And y'all, we were honestly kind of feeling like we was in assimilation. It was just like, that's all that's going on, but I'm moving in slow motion. Like, I'm too high. Like, I'm too drunk. I'm too tipsy to even like really process what's going on. So before we even made it back to my best friend grandparents' house, they was already slumped in the back seat, y'all. And I keep replaying the rearview mirror scene in my head, y'all. They was lighting that man the hell up. And I'm just like, how old is he? I thought he went to school with them. I'm trying to ask them, did he go? He was like, no, he didn't go to school with us. Like, he would just always be at the functions, and everybody that would be at the pit parties, they went to Lake Ware. Like, they were in high school at the time, y'all. So I don't know how old that man was, because to me, he told me he was 17, y'all, but I don't even know. But that's the time when our 2 men, I guess it technically was a 3 man, when our 3 men end up turning into a big brawl where we almost got beat up. Because like I said, my homegirl, she's never been in a fight. I don't think either one of them have ever been in a fight before. So it really would have just been me fighting by my damn self, because I'm sure they would have jumped me. And to this day, I found out later from being like Facebook friends with people, that they were actually like 21 to 23 to 25. But at the time, I really thought they were grown women. I'm just like, I don't even have bills. I don't have a dependency. Like, this is just too much for me. Little old me, you want to fight little old me behind your baby daddy? I didn't even know that man had a baby. So the fact that you had a baby and we was just trying to go get something to eat, and it turned into all it is, I'm good. I'm good on you. I'm good off of you. And at that time, I hadn't even saved Larry's number yet. Like, he was still pretty much the Wayne guy in my phone. I did not even save his number yet. So it's just like, for me to be on all of this, and we haven't even made it to second base yet, I'm good. I'm out. But yeah, y'all, that's pretty much the story time, how a 3 men end up turning into us almost getting our behind beat. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in my next one. Peace.